We got burgled 9 times in the space of 2 years. My parents were never around. I flanked out of school quite early due to being bullied and just not treated with the respect that I wanted to be treated with. I became homeless at the age of 15. I was smoking weed heavily. I was being influenced by other people, whether it was the smoking of the weed or the drinking or crime or anything particular. I was shoplifting, so my parents just had enough. So I moved into my uncle's house, and then from my uncle's house, my uncle wanted money off me which I couldn't provide, so my uncle then threw me out onto the streets. I had to resort to rough sleeping. I found myself very alone and frightened. I didn't know who to talk to about it. I was homeless in total for about 6 years. I slept rough for possibly about 3 of it, and then the rest of it was in between hostels. During the time I felt scared. I felt really emotional, down, depressed all the time. I felt alone. I didn't have anybody to turn to. I didn't know there was support out there. I wanted to take my own life. I wanted to hide, I wanted to run, I wanted to do anything I could just to get away from the life I was living.
My name's Vikas, I'm 34. Parents really worked hard to put me through, kind of quite a tough education, which kind of in retrospect was really good, but at the time, it's just a lot of pressure. When I was growing up, I was quite a big lad, and I also wasn't particularly academic, so I was kind of fodder for bullying, so it didn't make my school life much fun. Sometimes things are only clear in retrospect, right? So, when I was a teenager, I definitely had what I'd now refer to as anxiety and depression, but at the time didn't really know what it was. Maybe it was the bullying, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was something else, but I was very, very, very anxious. And, I did get down a lot. And I did get very emotional a lot, and it was really tough. It led me to contemplate ending things on a few occasions, and unfortunately, trying as well.
There is a stigma of men talking about mental health, or about talking to people about the way how they feel. Men just bottle it up, where women can go around and have a girly chat with them and gossip and have a chit chat, but men, they bottle it up, and then when it does come out, it's like a ticking time bomb ready to explode, and they just rage, whether it'll be with their parents, the family, the close loved ones, the children. If I would have accepted the help then and not afterwards, I think my life would have been totally different. I think I would have been possibly still living at home, not influenced on drugs or into drinking at all, or crime, or potentially living on the streets at all. I could be still living at home.
I left it too late. I only got help when I felt that there was nothing really worth living for anymore. You know, initially the intervention only happened by accident when I went to the doctor about something completely different, and then just ended up bursting into tears, and because I guess part of me just really wanted help, but I just almost didn't even feel worthy of getting help. And the reaction was not what I expected. The reaction was lots of people saying that they'd been going through the same and that they'd not been able to talk about it, and that now they probably would.
From the age of 21, I decided to myself that I'm not going to go down the life of crime anymore. I knocked that on the head, and I hadn't been in trouble now since the age of 21. I fell in love. I had a baby boy. My son was called Joshua. He was 4 in June, and we had an uphill struggle to fight for custody for him with the social services. We went to courts over the custody, and we just lost the battle for our son. Our son is now currently been adopted. I felt low. I felt like both of my arms had been ripped off. My heart had been broken. I just didn't want to do anything. But then I knew I had the support group backing me. I had a counsellor, I had a doctor back behind me. I got involved with a local church. I knew the support was out there this time. I didn't feel how I felt when I was homeless. I felt more positive about the situation rather than negative.
There's nothing you can say that's going to prepare someone for the sort of pain, mentally, physically, emotionally, that mental health problems bring. The only thing you can say to someone is that things will get better. Once you kind of get your mental health under control, it allows you to kind of just be a bit more authentic. You're not kind of acting anymore. You're not trying to mask what you know is your problem with a version of yourself that you feel people ought to see. Because actually, you're able to just bring those two characters together and just, you know, enjoy being a more real version of you and take the ups and downs that brings. But yeah, it's a daily thing.
I'm in support of the Lifefit campaign because I want to tell people how critical it is that there are people out there who can help. Whether it's your family, your parents, or whoever your neighbour. Don't be like a ticking time bomb. Don't let it bottle up inside you. Just let it go. Talk to people. Have a chat with people.
I support the Lifefit campaign because it needs to exist. You know, every single organisation, every single charity, every single family, every school, every environment where there's people, there's mental health challenges. And in the same way that over the last 10, 20 years, physical health's become so important. You know, you can't go anywhere now without there being something about exercise and nutrition, because we realise how important physical health is. And Lifefit brings that same level of connection to mental health. Any environment where there's people, we need that attention to their mental health. And that's what Lifefit brings, and that's why I'm so supportive of the campaign.
You are not alone.
We will support you.
We believe in you.